Okay, I think we've gone live. Keyword, I think. Yep. Okay, I think we've gone live. Yeah, we're good. Okay. I don't know really. I don't really know what to say, what to do. So I'm going to invite people to stream. Share this. Okay, let's see what happens. I'm just gonna start working on stuff, and if I see people pop up, they pop up. I think. I don't know. Just want the grain removed. That's not going to be there. I think I want to do. What colors did I make the other decals? Decals. Here we are. And then I'll just do. Oh shit! Didn't mean to do that. Gotta love paint.net. Okay. So now I'm just gonna select these two, invert, and then whatever isn't exactly that color will get deleted. So now I'll go back here and I'll just start doing that. And then I'll do that. Now I'll do that. I'll just rinse and repeat. Cool. Now we've got 9660 STS decals. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do. Actually, you know what? Here. Trying to think how I want to do this. Because I don't want to have too many different diffuse textures for this. Like I've already got a warning texture thing here. I don't want to have too many more than that, so why don't I do First off, make sure it's the same size as the other ones. And then let's see, I want to do 95/60. Maybe I should make it smaller. I don't know if I'm going to do 95/70 or not still, so I left room for those both here. If I want to do... You can do that. Cool. Aspect. It's not going to do a whole lot, is it? There we go. Reload the texture. That's definitely too big. Well, hold on. Oh yeah, definitely. That's a bit better. That should be about like right here, I want to say. Okay, cool. And then we'll just do shrink wrap. I don't like how it does that, because then it tries to push and pull. I want to do above surface, no, outside. Here we go. Then additionally, move an additional yay amount. I think that looks pretty dang close. Yeah, screw it, good enough for who it's for. It's not like this is going to get released for a while anyway, so I'm going to do this. We'll just go mirror these on the other side. Nope, I just went with this one. Oh, apparently I mirrored both. Okay, never mind. Okay. UV mirror X, there we go. Screw off Windows. Cool. I might screw around with some of the interior because currently it's got the 70 series STS. I don't know what you want to call it, command arm. I don't know if that's the right term for the combine, but it's got that little display here. The 60 series never had that, so what I'm thinking about doing is, we'll see. I would in game the 70 series right away, but that's a rotted headliner. is getting worked on still. So for the time being, I might maybe just in game the 60 series. I don't know, just for screenshots and proof of concept that it's actually in game. But yeah. Let's see. So the decals, here I'll show you. So, not Shopify. I want shop.deere.com. Okay, so the decals, every single decal on this thing I've made, scanned, same thing. But these were all, like, I spent like maybe $60 on that decal, and I got it shipped in from Deere, and then I just scan it in. So, like for this 9660, you go equipment diagrams, go decals, left hand side, and then we want this one. And then boom. I just save this, and then yeah, there's your decal. Now some of these it doesn't give you direct angle. Like this, it showed you what it was, but it doesn't give you a nice flat angle, so you have to order it. Like I know the 9870 decal is like $80. They're not cheap. Not looking forward to it. That's why I got Patreon. But yeah, no, it's a process. Definitely. That's how the decals work anyway. Good question. But let's see. So I'm trying to figure out what I want to work on first, because the interior's like non-existent. Or here, let me get a better view. There's no rotor, there's no chaffers, there's like nothing here. So I'd like to get that done. It's gonna be a polybomb, but it's gonna be like the best combine ever. So there's that at least. But yeah, I don't know. I think I might just start off with side panels, maybe just start putting the right materials on everything, because everything that's supposed to be plastic is set to a rubber material, which I kind of have yet to work out. Oh, something I thought I'll also show you. So I've got like fuel. Din's basically inspired me to like make your fuel cap, make your air filter, make everything like IC controlled and movable. I am very excited to do that. It's a really cool concept. I mean, it really isn't that much more work. I'm surprised more people don't do it, but I don't know. Let's see here. So get rid of that ladder. I want. Let's see. These are bolt rotor. Green star ready. Where did these decals go? Okay, these need to be moved here. 660 STS. Where did those? Oh, here we are. Cool. Okay. Here's the extension, or the long ladder. Then I don't want wheels 3, I want wheels 2. There we go. Those are the rims that I modeled the other night. I don't think they look too bad. I mean, you can count the polys on the outer edge, but I don't think they're that bad. But the idea is I'll have like a... let's think. So I'll have like a transport wheel configuration, and then you got super singles, you got LSWs, you've got We're gonna have bigger dual tires too. I'm thinking I'm gonna do like 800s, 710s, all of the above. But I'll burn that bridge when I get there. You know. Let's see. Let's see. Oh shit. So question, is that 9650 that you've got there? Is that supposed to be well, here I'll show. So does that have the 70 series interior or cab on it? I guess that's what it looks like, because the US 50 series would have more like a 9500 styled, like squared edge cabin. Also noticing the language change. And yeah, I will do the straw spreader. I'll get there. One thing at a time. Because if there's anything like I learned from the 66 series, it's take your damn time and add as you seem necessary. Because it started off with, okay, let's do the other engine configurations, and then all of a sudden now we're doing like full cabs, corn picker, all of the above. It's a long list of stuff, but we're getting there. But no, I love scanning in the Deere decals just because you get all these extra details that you maybe wouldn't get if you were trying to recreate it from hand. I think the only decals I've borrowed on this so far are from the in-game cotton picker. And those are the stripes because Deere doesn't have them on their website. And I'm not ordering a 10-foot long decal because I don't know if I can scan that in. So this will work. For now, anyway. If I get bored later, maybe I might do it. It'd be funny if I get a giant-ass package of mail. Let's see here. Let's start off by just separating everything. So, feeder house. I'm trying to think. Is there anything behind these panels yet? No. Okay, maybe I don't make those removable then. I don't know. It's funny, all the stuff back here is visible, but nothing down there. So I don't know. See how far I get, because this model's still kind of in the early stages. Use a new grain hopper. I borrowed this from, well, quote, borrowed this from Customs S Series. It's not going to be released on there. I'm going to get new ones made, obviously, because I don't know. I wouldn't say they're great when it comes to sharing parts. Auger needs a new auger. Tailboard, so we got standard straw spreader on there right now. We're gonna get a straw drop, or I don't know, whatever the hell it's called, and then we're gonna get a oh no, this is called the vane tailboard. That's what it is. So we're gonna get an advanced power cast on there, and we're gonna get a straw spreader. Might get a 4-wheel drive rear axle. Also, I just realized I'm kind of stupid. That's better. Oops. So, I don't know. Lots of stuff to do. Plenty of things. Like in here, like behind all these shields, it'd be nice to get stuff made. Never-ending project. It'll be done before FS25 is, like, outdated, I promise. But, it's not going to be the quickest thing, that's for damn sure. Why don't we start off by separating... I don't want to do that. Why is it select? Okay, I need to separate those then. Let's at least select that. I think I want... no, those pins can move separately. Sorry if it's not the most entertaining stream, gentlemen, ladies. I don't know who's watching. You probably tell I don't do streaming, like, at all. So, this is new for me. But I'll get there. I will. That's a shaven guarantee. I don't know if it's worth anything, but, you know. So why don't we select by material? And then I only want those two. Those can go with the... These are all the dynamic hoses, so join up what I can now. And then anything past... Let's see. Probably make everything past that point dynamic too. Just separate there. I realized I separated the wrong part. Oops. That can be joined back to the combine. This can go to the header. Okay. Hide that temporarily. So we want it to pivot around there, I think. Keyword I think. Don't quote me on anything I say. I am not a lawyer. I don't know my shit. So, yeah. Okay, I think that's kind of... It's adequate. And then we want the contour master, I think, is what I want to do on this too. Trying to remember, that's just a feeder house plate. I think that moves with it. Not quite sure. Oh yeah, right. They're right. There is. This is not Sid's combine, not by a long shot. I'd hope it might be better than Sid's combine. No offense to him, but like, I don't know. His was meant for consoles, and it kind of originated back in FS15. So, I mean, I'd like there to be a substantial quality difference. Not going to say his is bad, because it's really not. But, I would like mine to be... Let's just say, I'd like it to be my standards. I'd like it to fit my standards, which I like things to be detailed, so, yeah. I'm trying to remember how this contour master works. Should have 600 wheels. Yeah. So these are right for this configuration. It'll get 600s, but for US, like, here, I'll pull up a photo. 9670 STS. I'm pretty sure I saw one in Tractor House the other day with this exact configuration. Yeah, here. Open image. I mean, that's right for this configuration, kinda. These are the rims, and these are the tires that Deere said would match anyway, so I'm gonna rock with it. I'm gonna do more, obviously, but like my favorite saying goes, I'll burn that bridge when I get there. So console testing, so the Lizard saddle tanks, or the Lake State, I'm just waiting on modders to add like compatibility to the tractors. So for the 8R that maybe JHG did, all that needs to be done with that is for him to add an attach joint. Now, I'd love for it to just happen overnight, and then Giants would accept it. But you see, some modders like me, some less. So I don't know how it feels about me. not going to say feels great, just because I took sides back when he and Custom were in a giant fight. But, yeah, I don't know. If he adds it, cool. That's awesome. If not, that's kind of his deal. Nothing I can really do about that. Same goes for any other modders. I think I've talked to... This is kind of off the record here, but I've talked to K-Serious about him potentially adding the compatibility to his Magnums. I think he's planning on doing it. And that'd be huge, because then you guys would get to play with it. Still kind of discussing it, though, so... You know... See, I just want these edges. Deselect all of these. Origin to 3D cursor, cool. Now what I'm confused about is, yeah. I don't think that that's supposed to be like that. Yeah, it's not, is it? Okay, well, let's get that fixed. Just double check that that rotates, right? Yep. Cool. I want that one, and I want this one. Nope. This one. There we go, now it's centered. So now what's left of this can just be rotated like, why don't we rotate that around this? Select these outer faces. Ah, shit, did I accidentally? Whoops. Okay. That should be good. I don't know. I'll worry about that later. Maybe I do want to worry about that right now. Who's to say? Oh, cool, and it's off. Okay. Oh, that's why. Okay, good enough. Fuck off, Patton. Not the 50-20. No! Okay, just because I know people are gonna ask. I'll show you where the 80-20 is at. Screw it. Not everything's gonna be in the scene. This is not an accurate representation of where it's at currently. I'll just show you some of the parts I've been working on. Sound good? Cool. prototype, grill mesh, all that fun stuff. We got the prototype transmission, which would have been up here instead of between your legs. Just a couple of different things. Nothing really serious, but the details matter. That's where that's at. Okay. Back to this. I'm almost wondering if I should delete the hose. Well, maybe not. I'll leave it right there. The auger, I'm probably going to leave. Might just kind of save that for a rainy day because it's not great. It just needs a new auger model in general. So I think the plan with that is to just, right now, take the old FS19 S series auger, which is essentially the same, minus the auger boot. Take that. I'm going to probably delete it, replace it, put the old STS auger boot onto it, and then it'll act as a temporary deal. That's the plan. Anyway, I need to quit talking about mods and actually starting gaming it. I think it'd be faster if I were to go... Let's think, because all this plastic is rubber, which it shouldn't be. Why don't I do that? Easy enough. So for rubber, why don't we replace remap users? We want to go, I think it was 9880 gray. Yeah, gray. Cool. So now that should all be gray. And then everything that should have been rubber is hopefully still rubber. Nope. Okay, cool. Now I gotta go through and redo that. Fudge. Huh. Okay. Let's add the decals too. Or not. Okay, there we go. By the way, in case anybody's wondering, the only reason I'm doing this right now is because I think STX Farms was, he just wanted a combine to use since nobody's released anything older really for 25, so I kind of stepped up to bat and volunteered in game this just for fun tonight. I don't know how far I'll make it tonight, that's why I said there probably be a 2-part series. This is just me screwing around and getting everything set up to go in game, and then maybe tomorrow night it's going to be in game. I don't know. We'll see how late I go tonight. Also, in case anybody's wondering in chat, Dairyland and Patton, they're buddies of mine. They're being satire. They're not serious. Guys, don't get me banned. Please. Never take anything those two say seriously. Yeah, that doesn't work as well as I wanted it to. Okay, make that gray. We're gonna do... Cool. Heat, and I'll get to your map when I get to it. Good grief. I gotta take care of my page too. Okay, let's see. No idea what that's supposed to be. Never seen that. Oh, it's an electrical plug. That's what it's supposed to be, apparently. Might just get rid of that. Let's see, is there anything I need to redo on the engine? Yep. This belt is supposed to be rubber. Not much of an engine, but it's got an engine at least. It'll get a... What did 9660s have? Did those have 9 liters, or were those 6.8s, or no, 8.1s? What engine? Okay, those had the 8.1. Okay. Wait a minute. Was there a year difference? So when they switched to like the 2007 whatever, they'd go to 9 liters? Huh. Okay. Shit, I'll just keep the 9 liter then, because I'm not doing the early model. So this will have the 12.5 / 13.5, basically the same engine, which this will get improvements, but it's something to work with to begin with. And then it'll get a 9 liter, and then a 6.8 liter for the 95 and 9670, or no, 9570, 9560. That's what I meant to say. Oh yeah, and then Cornhead too. That'll be taken care of in its own time. But I think we got all the hoses I wanted anyway. All the belts, everything that I needed to make rubber. That was my biggest thing. Actually, no, wait a second. Let's check the interior. Nope. Boy, was I wrong. Alright. Let's remove unused slots. I don't think I have any rubber in here. So we're gonna go. Select that. We're gonna select that. Nope, maybe not. Okay. See, I just want this bit. I think I want. How much more of this? I think I just want up to about there. And then that'll get colored in rubber. Okay. Seat suspension. That'll be rubber, obviously. Pretty sure that's supposed to be rubber, actually. These buttons all are. Well, more of a rubbery plastic, but close enough. I think that should be it. Actually, hold on. We're gonna undo this. I just want this. We're gonna sign this back to gray. I shouldn't say gray, that'd be more plastic black, I don't know. Okay. Let's see, I want the wiper blade to be rubber too. Which for that I just gotta do this. If I can frickin' get my camera to line with it. Maybe not. Okay. Let's just do this. Gosh, this does not. Okay. This model wasn't exactly optimized, apparently. Alright, cool. Screw it, let's just make this all black or rubber. Okay. Let's make this also rubber. I think these hoses as well. Call that rubber. I don't know what's going on with the mesh. Mesh. There we go. See, I can speak. That is supposed to be green. Okay, let's fix this mesh interference, whatever the hell's going on here. So it looks like we've just got some stuff here. Yep. Why don't I do this? Lighten up the load. Because for whatever reason, the guy that had made this back in 13, whatever, he decided all the mesh shit should be like combined. So you've got like bolts that are like built into this, and that seriously ups the poly count. I mean, not like I mean, it's not like something I have to worry about because my computer can handle it. It just sucks for everybody else who tries to maybe play with it, assuming maybe their system can't handle that. But also, let's fix this. That shouldn't be like that. Maybe. Let's move you to there. Nope, didn't want to select that. Hello, I'd like to select wireframe. Thank you. Yep, there's your issue. Dissolve verts. Cool. I've had to do this a billion different times on this stupid combine by now. I hate it. But I don't know, at some point you just I mean it's a decent model, it's got flaws. What I'm confused by is why does it want to do that and jump over there? Because that causes issues. A lot of issues. Jeez. Yep, just kind of do this. Please. I might just do this actually. Hmm. This blender, just do everything to fuck me over. Why not? Okay, cool. Manually filling in mesh edges, it's the best thing ever. Don't let anybody ever tell you anything different. It's the easiest, definitely not most frustrating part of modding, if you do have to do it. There. Like nothing was ever broken. Oh, what the hell? What the heck is that? There's a hole there. Okay. This is why I check things. Okay. Oh, that's really fucked in here. I'm gonna pretend I didn't see that. Because if I do see it, I'm gonna be stuck there all night, and I don't want to do that. So why are you the way that you are? You're missing a bottom side. And for whatever reason, you want to jump up there. You know what? You seem fine. Problem solved. At least for that part. I've got no idea what any of that is, so... Oh, here. I know what this is. Nope. Okay. I've already spent half a day on this front part alone because some idiot forgot to not fill everything. And now I'm spending an entire stream doing it. Fun. You know what? That'll be fine. If there's actually any holes showing in GE, I can always take care of that then. Now, it's a shitty stream, if anything, but it's a stream. Okay, screw it. Let's start engraving stuff. Engraving? In gaming. There we go. So decals, these can be hidden. Oh, that's just part of the cab. Okay. I want you separated. You should be... I don't know how I want to do that. We can call that a decal too. Your decal. Hold on. No, that's not right. So you should be gone. You should be gone. Gone, gone. 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 Select these. Okay, cool. Let's start with the feeder house. All right. So when it comes to doing materials and getting everything kind of like, I don't know how to put it, but essentially, if you want everything to be Giants materials without having to create new materials each time, it's kind of easy. It's like, for example, I'll just kind of go here, select shaders, material templates, calibrated. We want calibrated paint. We're gonna load that and check everything we need. And then in here, we're gonna go John Deere. We're gonna select green, and we're gonna hit apply. And then at the same time, we're gonna go apply to that too. So now, load that, there's nothing there. Load everything here, it applies there, nothing to it. So now that green should be the right green. And then I can just kind of do this. Cool. Now for that plastic, I think I'm gonna go with in non-metallic, we'll go plastic, painted plastic. Don't want to go granite small, or I might go granite small. I can always change it, but let's try this. Now if I load, cool. And we're gonna go ahead and set the roughness the right way. Chrome, that should be silver scratched. Nothing really to chrome. Chrome's chrome. It'll apply when you put it in game. So nothing I need to change there. And then for rubber, we want to do just rubber black. Rubber black hoses. Load. Check all these. Apply. Load. Okay, cool. Show that it works. And then we're going to go ahead and just, yeah, that's about it. I'm going to do a quick UV unwrap because, Lord, oh my gosh. Yikes. I like changing my angle limit to 60. and then leave your island margin at 0. Faces are usually bigger and they're able to spread out more, cover more area. Looks better when you go to generate dirt maps. That's what I've experienced anyway. Results vary, I'm sure, but you know, make sure to apply rotation and scale. Cool. Now we're just gonna go ahead and do a test export. See how that looks. Oh, also, before I get too carried away, because I didn't change the emissive color in Blender, it's easier to just go ahead and change that in the i3D. And then you open it, and it won't be like emitting a white, bright texture that sucks. And then in here, we can kind of see what we're dealing with. So just to make sure it looks right, we're going to go apply white to everything. First thing I'm kind of immediately noticing, I mean, it looks a little glossy. Maybe that's something I'll mess with eventually. And the goal for this combine is to have majority of the components on one V-mask texture. I don't know how that's going to work, but I'm going to go for it because I like to optimize textures. And it is my absolute pet peeve when people don't, like, they basically just one spec map, one normal map for each material or for each part of the vehicle. It's a pet peeve of mine. Not saying that the way they do it is wrong, but I'm also saying, well, like, go for optimization, because when it comes to modding and it comes to materials and like size, that matters a lot on performance when you're trying to load 500 different textures. So I like to try and put everything into one material. That and your file size is also just a lot lower. So that way people don't get discouraged when they're trying to download like a tractor or something. They're like 300 megabytes. That's my thought. Anyway, so this looks pretty good. Alright, I'm gonna rock with that. Now, when it comes to the rest of the combine, it's gonna be a little bit more tricky-ish, kinda. I don't know. A lot more materials to work through, definitely, but I'll figure something out. Another thing to note is very important to like name everything importantly. You can lose track of everything pretty quick. RGB color node add-on. I think I sent that to you. Maybe, I don't know. I sent it to somebody anyway, but it would have been made by Lazy E. Try and see if that was ever released. Yep, it was. Um, well, maybe it wasn't. Hmm. RGB I3D cut. Okay, so he did delete it. but it was available at some point. Maybe I'd go look in his YouTube tutorial or something for it. It's probably in there. So why don't we parent that to that? Also, general rule of thumb. Cool, that's parented. And that should, yep. Cool. These materials should already be set up. Man, maybe? I don't know. I'm gonna redo Scratched. I feel like Scratched isn't... It's not where it's supposed to be. I'll put it that way. So we're gonna go here, we're gonna go remap users. We wanna go to Chrome. Did I not? No, I know I created it. Chrome, here we are. Okay. Ta-da. Um, oh, what's this? Oh. And I think the plan is to make sure like everything is completely openable by IC. It's gonna be a pain in the ass, but I'll get there eventually. I wouldn't want to call this. Want to call this driver's side front. Yeah, I'll call it driver front. Okay, everything else might be named. Oh, nope, never mind. Passenger. that hasn't separated. Okay. And then the inox, or I don't know what the hell this is called, but we're gonna remap these two. Remap to chrome. All right, now I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna fix the face orientation on some parts, because that is very bad. I don't even know how that happened. That was quick. Never goes off without a hitch. Now, what is this F for? Okay. Theoretically speaking, that shouldn't exist. But it does and intersects, and I hate it. Because that... Well, it's not even visible. So what the hell? Okay. I'm going to cheat this a little. Cool, best of both worlds. Those lights ain't right. Actually, recalculate that side. What does that do? Oh, that fixes everything. Almost everything. Auger floodings. Seen better days. Apparently. Does that break anything? I don't know. I don't know if it broke anything, but just play it safe. I'm gonna undo that because I don't like risking that. Also, I'm cutting out a lot. Okay. Okay. Just go through, and anything that hasn't been managed to use Giants materials, we'll just kind of get them set up. How many different chromes do I have on this fucker? Jeez. So that orange is for the radiator. Alpha. Yeah, we'll just sip. What uses that? I wonder. Alpha can be merged to that. And then this should have, yep, that, yep, that, yep. Okay, cool. So now I just gotta create some for these. One of the arguably best things about FS25 is the fact that you can have basically unlimited materials on a machine now, which is a huge improvement over just like maybe the, was it 8 materials slots you're limited to in 25? So, yeah. So I want a beige color. Where was that set? I wonder. Let's separate by material. I want to see where that orange. Okay. That's that sight glass. Some of these should definitely not be white. That's our fuel sediment, which we're gonna make that kind of transparent. Or no, that maybe it isn't. I'll figure it out. Beige. What? Nothing uses beige? Or is it just that little? Of course it is. Okay, let's see. So I want this to be Combine Viz 01. And I'm just gonna delete that. We go over chrome parts, gray parts, rubber parts. Okay. So that white should be like a fan texture of sorts. Or maybe not. I don't know. So the 9880 red. What parts? Screw it. You know what? Let's just do it. So we'll call it plastic painted. Actually, before we get carried away. Screw it. Let's just do color scale of 1, 0, 0. That should be red. Then we've got our green. We've got our chrome. We got our gray. Rubber. Fuel. Okay, that one we need to work on. Copy that hex code so I don't lose it. We'll do another paint. Let's do painted plastic, yeah. And then we'll go to the handy dandy little tool that I think Mantrid came out with. Yeah, Mantrid takes your hex code color and it'll turn it into Giants color. So FAC769, C769, copy this, paste it here. Apply. If I go shading, bam. Hook up our color preview and we're all set. White should be easy enough. Let's do 0.8. Okay, orange. Grab that D98426. Okay. So now if I do another plastic painted, we can just do and then I'll go shading. We'll just connect to that. Layout. Cool. Another thing I'll do is I'm going to go through and I'm going to clear all unused data. So whether that be like extra textures or extra materials that we don't need in the blend file that'll take up space, we'll just kind of delete those. And then, yeah. So these should actually be gray. That's silver. Cool. Feeder house is set. Cylinders are set. Fuel cap. Yep. Yep. Didn't touch the alpha textures, but I'll do that in a second. Actually, no, screw it. I'll do it right now. I'm gonna find green. I'm gonna load that. I'm just gonna apply that here. Cool. Back engine panel. Yep. So that auger shouldn't be black. That should be chrome. I mean, it's getting redone anyway, but still. Mirror material we can leave, because that'll be something that gets dealt with in-game. The lights need to be redone anyway. STS alpha was taken care of. This should be rubber. Okay, that's been taken care of. That's been taken care of. That's been dealt with. Yep. We don't need two grays there. Yep. Alright. Just need to do the cab. And then, yeah. This can be replaced with red. Logo 2. Let's bump that underneath gray because this will become a texture eventually. So now I've got to do it for this one is pale yellow. Ether button. That's, what is that? FF, yeah. EP 8C. And for this one, it's supposed to be rubber actually. So we're gonna go through rubber material. We're gonna load that. And we're gonna delete that. Do this. One. That. Apply. Tilt column check. There's a shit ton of materials in here. Trying to think what I want to do here. Why don't... If all of this is going to get replaced with an actual, like, layover decal, I think for some of these it's gonna be fine to just, yeah, beige 2. This can be remapped to like beige 3, maybe. No, set it to beige 2. This can be beige 2. Maybe not. Let's do beige. Or maybe, I don't know. Let me look. Well, that's not right at all. So I'm gonna need a new. Okay. Fuck it. I don't know what to call this at this point. It's basically an STS 70 with an STS 60 interior. I don't know what to call it anymore. Okay. So these are actually supposed to be. That is supposed to be beige 3. Or beige 2. These are supposed to be beige. Except for this one. Okay, that'll work. These are supposed to be beige 2. What did I set that to? Yeah, 2. That's a decal, which will get replaced. We can just set this to beige. That should be beige 4. Yeah, screw it. Set these 3 to beige 2. And these, we can set them to gray. I don't want rubber. I want rubber. That'll clean up decent amount of materials. I think we should be good in game. At least take a look at it in game. Nothing's final. Knowing me, I made plenty of mistakes. Cool. Let's see what that looks like. 173 megabytes. Oh yeah. This thing is not made for consoles at all. I think after this I might retire streaming for the night. Come back tomorrow morning. Or tomorrow afternoon. Love how giant setters have like a huge panic attack when I'm just trying to load this. This is truly amazing. Truth be told, I don't think Blender's helping, but I wonder if it's materials. Yep. Okay. I gotta do some figuring then. Alright. Well, that concludes tonight's session anyway. Hopefully tonight it'll all be in GE and I can start maybe screwing around with some stings, but we'll see. All right. Good afternoon. Good